Although Japan is known as a peace-loving country, in the year 2007, an incident took place that shook not only all of Japan, but Britain as well. This incident was as tragic as the criminal who carried it out was cunning. To catch this criminal, the police even announced a reward of 1 million yen. Still, a single criminal kept the entire Japanese police administration on their toes for 2 years. The method the criminal adopted to dodge the police was completely beyond anyone's imagination. This incident is such that, even though it's true, it seems completely filmy. So, what is the full story of this incident? Whose murder was it? Who was the killer? And how did the lone killer keep the police on their toes? Stay until the end of the video to know everything. When you hear the full story of how this killer was caught, the sentence given by the court, and how the killer earned a significant amount of money while in jail, it will be difficult for you to believe at first. So, stay until the end of the video to know everything. Before knowing about the story of this entire incident, it is very important to know about the two main characters of the story. The first main character is a girl named Lindsay Ann Hawker. Lindsay Ann Hawker was born on December 30th, 1984 in England. Her father's name is Bill Hawker, and her mother's name is Julia Hawker. After Lindsay's birth, her parents went to live in a place called Coventry. It is here that Lindsay's education began. Lindsay was very good in her studies, so she was admitted to one of England's best universities, the University of Leeds. From here, she obtained a graduation degree in biology in 2006. Lindsay Ann Hawker also took martial arts training. After completing her graduation degree, Lindsay Ann Hawker wanted to obtain a master's degree, but before that, she decided to do something new in life, and under this, she decided to go to Japan as an English teacher. She interviewed at many famous institutes in Japan. Here, she was selected at Japan's largest private English teaching institute, NOVA. After her selection, Lindsay Ann Hawker went to Tokyo City in Japan. Her posting was in Ichikawa City near Tokyo. She started living in a rented house in this city with 2 other foreign women. Lindsay Ann Hawker's parents and her boyfriend were still living in England. Lindsay used to contact them via email, Skype, and phone. Lindsay emailed her boyfriend that she had met a guy named Tatsuya Ichihashi. This story's second most important character is Tatsuya Ichihashi. Tatsuya Ichihashi was born on January 5, 1979, in Japan's Chiba region. Tatsuya's mother was a dentist, while his father was a well-known doctor in the city. Tatsuya Ichihashi's parents wanted their son to become a doctor too, but he wasn't interested in studies and couldn't become a doctor. However, after that, he obtained a graduation degree from the Department of Horticulture from Chiba University in 2005. Even after that, he didn't have a job but depended on the money he received from his parents for living. He used to get around 100,000 yen from his parents per month. Ichihashi used to spend most of his time just roaming around and in the gym. Ichihashi had also taken martial arts classes and was a black belt holder. One day, after class, Lindsay Ann Hawker was returning home from work via train. Then, a boy came near her on the train and said, "You are my English teacher." On this, she said, "I don't remember your face, perhaps you are confused." To this, the boy replied, "No, my name is Tatsuya Ichihashi. Perhaps you don't remember, but you teach me English." After this, a conversation started between the two. Here, Tatsuya Ichihashi told Lindsay Ann Hawker, "I am already taking English classes from you in class, but I want you to give me special classes too, so that my English becomes a bit better." Lindsay Ann Hawker refused to do so, citing the value of her time. On this, the boy started requesting Lindsay Ann Hawker a lot and said, "You give me classes for at least 2 to 3 hours a week. I will give you 3,500 yen per hour as fees." This offer was very good for Lindsay Ann Hawker, so she agreed to give classes but said, "I will not give classes at your home, but at another place." In this way, it was decided between the two that the class would be in a big cafe in the city. After this conversation, Lindsay Ann Hawker's station came, and she got off and started going towards her home, taking her bicycle from the parking lot. She had gone only a little distance when she noticed that the boy who just met her on the train was also coming behind her. To get rid of him, Lindsay Ann Hawker cycled fast towards her destination, but the boy didn't stop his pursuit. Finally, when Lindsay Ann Hawker reached near her home, The boy said, "Forgive me. I might have troubled you. I just came to say sorry to you here." On this, Lindsay Ann Hawker said, "Okay, I have forgiven you. Go." But the boy said, "I am very thirsty. You just give me a glass of water, then I will go." In this way, using the excuse of drinking water, Tatsuya Ichihashi went inside Lindsay Ann Hawker's house. As soon as he entered the house, Tatsuya's eyes fell on Lindsay's two companions present in the room, who were living with her. Here, Lindsay introduced Tatsuya to her roommates as her student, and went to get water for him. By the time Lindsay brought the water, Tatsuya sat there and, in just a few minutes, made a rough drawing of Lindsay Ann Hawker on a piece of paper kept nearby. He wrote his name, mobile number, and Skype ID on it, gave it to Lindsay Ann Hawker, and left from there with the promise that Lindsay would come to teach him English, as promised. After this, on Saturday, March 24, 2007, around 5:45 p.m., Lindsay Ann Hawker and Tatsuya Ichihashi met in the city's cafe. Here, Lindsay taught English to Ichihashi for about 1 hour. When it was time to pay after finishing their studies, Tatsuya nervously told Lindsay that he forgot his money at home. "If you don't mind," he said, "come with me. I will give you the money there." Lindsay agreed to go with him. Both hired a taxi and left from there. In a short while, both reached the flat. Here, Lindsay immediately said, "You bring the money here and give it to me." But somehow he convinced Lindsay to come inside his house. Before going inside, Lindsay told the taxi driver, "You wait here, I will come in a short while." After saying this, both went inside the house together. Meanwhile, the taxi driver kept waiting outside the house. 10 minutes passed while waiting, but Lindsay Ann Hawker didn't return. Then, the taxi driver left from there without telling anyone. By now, it was evening. Lindsay Ann Hawker's roommates were waiting, thinking she would return now or then. But a lot of time passed, and Lindsay Ann Hawker didn't return. Lindsay Ann Hawker's friends tried to contact her but failed. After this, both of them also informed the local police about Lindsay Ann Hawker's disappearance. However, the police didn't register any FIR then, but started waiting for Lindsay Ann Hawker's return. Meanwhile, Lindsay Ann Hawker neither went for class on March 25th, nor on March 26th. Then the institute informed Lindsay's parents living in England that their daughter hadn't come to teach for 2 days, and no contact was being made with her. Meanwhile, after 2 days, on the complaint of Lindsay Ann Hawker's roommates, the police registered a missing report. The police officers started the investigation from the same room where Lindsay Ann Hawker was staying. Here, the first interrogation was done with both of Lindsay's roommates. In this interrogation, the police didn't get much. However, when the room was searched, the police found the same drawing that Ichihashi had made and given to Lindsay a few days ago. When the police asked Lindsay's roommates about this drawing, they told the police that a student of Lindsay Ann Hawker's had come to meet her a few days ago, and he had given this drawing to her. Since the email address and Skype ID were also written on the drawing, the police immediately started searching for him. Meanwhile, the police also got CCTV footage in which Lindsay was seen for the last time. When the details of Tatsuya were extracted, it was found that except for a small fight, he had no criminal record. Therefore, the police didn't suspect Tatsuya Ichihashi yet. Still, to ask about Lindsay Ann Hawker, they went to Tatsuya's address on March 26, 2007. Here, only 2 officers were sent for the inquiry. According to Japanese law, if the police don't have court papers and a proper reason, they can't even knock on someone's door without reason. That's why when both officers came, they found Tatsuya Ichihashi's door closed. All the lights of the house were also off. The police didn't knock on the door, but started inquiring about Ichihashi from nearby neighbors. During this, one neighbor said that yesterday a lot of noise was coming from his house. It seemed like something was being broken. After this, when the police inspected Tatsuya Ichihashi's house from the outside, they found that all the lights of the house were off. But when the police came near his door, they also heard some rattling sounds from inside the house. Seeing the condition of the house and the outside atmosphere, the police realized that something was wrong here. Therefore, both officers immediately phoned other officers and asked to send backup. After this, by around 7 p.m., 7 more police officers reached there. Now, these 9 police officers took positions on different floors and waited so that when he came out, they would interrogate him. 2 hours passed while the police were waiting, but he didn't come out. The police still stayed there and kept waiting for Ichihashi. Then, escaping the police's eyes, he opened his house door very fast and tried to escape from there with a small bag on his back. The police officer present near his door tried to stop him, but he dodged everyone and started running. Although officers were deployed on multiple floors, he managed to flee barefoot before they could coordinate to stop him. In this way, dodging everyone, Ichihashi escaped from there. A police team immediately went inside the house. The condition inside was very bad. Things were scattered here and there while the bathtub was missing from the bathroom. It seemed like it was removed from there just today or yesterday. While searching the house, when they reached the balcony, they saw the bathtub. That bathtub was filled with sand and soil. When the police searched that bathtub, everyone was shocked. Lindsay Ann Hawker's body was lying inside. There were very deep wound marks on her body. Her head hair was completely shaved. Apart from sand and soil, a horticultural compound and compost soil were also found in it. These elements were kept to accelerate decomposition and mask the smell of the body. By now, the police had understood that Tatsuya Ichihashi was the killer, and he had succeeded in escaping. Now the police started searching for Tatsuya Ichihashi on a large scale. Ichihashi's posters were put up in the city. The police kept doing rapid raids, but didn't get success anywhere. Meanwhile, on March 29, 2007, the police found a big shopping trolley behind Tatsuya Ichihashi's apartment. In the investigation, it was revealed that this trolley was used to bring the bags of soil to hide Lindsay Ann Hawker's body. The police were still investigating here when they got news that he had been seen in a hotel. Based on this secret information, a team of 20 police officers was formed, and they all raided the Love Hotel present in East Tokyo. But the police effort went in vain, because Tatsuya Ichihashi had already escaped. The police started putting up even bigger posters in the city. Along with this, they announced a reward of about 1 million yen for anyone giving any news about Tatsuya Ichihashi. Even after a lot of effort, no clue about him was found. The result was that by the beginning of 2008, the investigation of the case almost stopped. This case was also getting tremendous media coverage, and people's sympathy was with Lindsay. Therefore, due to the slowness of the investigation, people's anger started to increase. Meanwhile, Lindsay Ann Hawker's parents also came to Japan from England and put pressure on the authorities for the investigation. Apart from this, officials of the England High Commission asked the Japan government to catch Hawker's killer as soon as possible. People's anger towards the Japan police also started to increase, and public campaigns demanding justice for Lindsay started in many places. To help the Japanese police in this case, a team from York City Police also came to Japan from England. Due to increasing pressure from all sides, the Japan police once again started the investigation of this case with full force in October 2008. Now, 140 police officers were deployed to solve this case. Amid all this, the police's hard work also started to show some color, and they started getting news of Tatsuya Ichihashi being seen at different places. But every time, before the police reached, he disappeared from there. After criticism from the public and media, the police redoubled their efforts, but their hands remained empty. On January 15, 2009, a news story by Japan Today claimed that Tatsuya Ichihashi had fled to the Philippines. However, no concrete evidence was presented for this either. Lindsay Ann Hawker disappeared in March 2007, and now the time had come to March 2009, meaning 2 years had passed since this murder, but there was no trace of her killer anywhere. On the occasion of Lindsay Ann Hawker's second death anniversary, programs were organized on a large scale in Japan, in her memory. Now, when the pressure on the police increased once again, they started the investigation anew and distributed updated wanted posters of Tatsuya Ichihashi in many big cities of Japan. Not only this, on June 26, 2009, The Japanese National Police Agency also increased the reward amount for giving news about Tatsuya Ichihashi from 1 million to about 10 million yen. Here, this trick of the police worked a bit. One day, an employee at a cosmetic surgery clinic in Nagoya City told the police that a man matching Ichihashi's description had recently undergone surgery there. The clinic staff reported that a few months ago, this boy came to the Nagoya clinic who had his nose lifted a bit through plastic surgery. Apart from this, he had removed 2 moles present on his cheek, along with folding his eyelids. He had also increased the thickness of his lips. Here, the clinic showed the police the pictures taken before and after the surgery. Seeing these pictures, the police understood the whole matter of how, to escape their clutches, Tatsuya Ichihashi had distorted his face through plastic surgery. It was later revealed he had also performed crude surgery on himself with scissors to change his appearance. Now the police put up the photo of Tatsuya Ichihashi after plastic surgery in the entire city. After a few days of this, seeing the big banners of Ichihashi in the city, a laborer informed the police that a boy similar to this also works on his site. Based on all this information, the police very carefully found out the location of Tatsuya Ichihashi, and finally, on November 10, 2009, tracked him to a ferry terminal in Osaka. When the police reached there, he was preparing to board a ferry to Okinawa. He was about to escape when the police arrived. Ichihashi realized that his game was over, so he raised both hands, stood up, and surrendered himself to the police. He was sent to 23 days of police remand. Here, he was interrogated strictly, but he didn't confess his crime and kept denying the murder of Lindsay Ann Hawker. But when the police started interrogating him with more strictness, Ichihashi finally lifted the veil from the heart-wrenching secret. He told them that when he first saw Lindsay Ann Hawker on the train, he had decided that he would do wrong with her. After this, he lied to her on the train and then made her agree to teach him English on pretext, and then called her inside his house on the pretext of giving money. As soon as Lindsay Ann Hawker entered the house to take money, he started forcing himself on her. But Lindsay had also learned martial arts, so she attacked Ichihashi in her defense. But Ichihashi was also a black belt holder in martial arts, so he also attacked Lindsay Ann Hawker. The fight went on between the two for some time, but Ichihashi eventually overpowered her, tied her up, and repeatedly raped her. During the struggle, he strangled her to stop her from screaming, causing her to die from suffocation. After the murder, he hid the body in the bathroom. From there, he bought sand and soil along with compost agents. After bringing all the stuff, he first destroyed all of Lindsay Ann Hawker's belongings, then cut her hair, lifted the body, put it in the bathing tub, and then mixed soil and sand along with the compost in it. After this, he dragged the bathtub to the balcony and kept it there. The same evening, when he was preparing to escape, the police arrived. However, despite the police coming, he succeeded in escaping. While escaping, he kept going from one city to another, and then decided to distort his face by getting plastic surgery so that the police couldn't recognize him. Being the son of a doctor, he knew well about plastic surgery, so he easily got plastic surgery done and succeeded in living hidden. After Ichihashi confessed his crime, a case of abduction, rape, and murder of Lindsay Ann Hawker was registered against him. The hearing of this case started in Chiba District Court. Here, on behalf of Tatsuya Ichihashi's lawyer, it was argued that Tatsuya Ichihashi did not take Lindsay Ann Hawker's life intentionally, but that her life was lost by mistake. Tatsuya Ichihashi says that during the assault, he closed Lindsay Ann Hawker's mouth so that she couldn't shout for help, and that her life was lost due to accidental suffocation. In the court, on behalf of Lindsay Ann Hawker's lawyer, a demand was made to give the death sentence. The case went on for a long time. Meanwhile, in September 2010, through some newspapers, he publicly apologized to Lindsay Ann Hawker's parents for his deed. Not only this, while in jail, Tatsuya Ichihashi also wrote a book in which he told how he met Lindsay Ann Hawker for the first time and how he murdered her. Apart from this, in this book he told how he spent his life running for 2.5 years and how he got plastic surgery done. In January 2011, as soon as this book was released, It sold a lot, and in no time became a best-selling book too. He earned a significant royalty in Japanese yen from the sale of the book while in jail. However, Tatsuya offered to give the entire earnings from this book he wrote to Lindsay Ann Hawker's parents, but Lindsay Ann Hawker's parents rejected this offer. In November 2013, a film based on his book was also made in Japan. Amid all this, the hearing of the case also continued in the court. Finally, on July 21, 2011, the Chiba District Court sentenced him to life imprisonment for the murder of Hawker. Opposing this sentence, Lindsay Ann Hawker's parents demanded from the court to give the death sentence to Ichihashi. But the court considered the death sentence a very strict punishment and refused to give it. It was said by the court that currently Ichihashi's age is 32 years, and it is possible that he can improve further, so he should definitely be given one chance. There was a lot of criticism of the court's remark. People said that when the 32-year-old ruthless killer Ichihashi has a future, then doesn't the 22-year-old Lindsay Ann Hawker who died have any future? Doesn't her future have any value? Ignoring these arguments, the court maintained Ichihashi's life imprisonment sentence. Currently, Tatsuya Ichihashi is serving his life imprisonment sentence in jail. Thanks for watching. Smash that like button, drop a comment, and share to help grow the channel. Your support means the world. Catch you next time.